Well, we do have some new changes to the forecast with Tropical Depression Paeng located here right over Palau and Yap, and its center circulation actually right about in here. So it is not terribly organized at this time, but there is enough organization to see where this forecast is going to be taking it. And it does look like a likely landfall here into central Luzon. Winds right now are 45, gusting up to 55 kilometers per hour. Pressure at 1,004 hectopascals. You can take a look at this graphic showing where that rainfall is going to be adding up here all along southeastern Luzon, even over towards northeastern Luzon because of the inflow on the northern portions of this storm system over the next 5 days. So definitely going to be a wide range of impacts, which is why I'm starting off with that graphic to show you how wide this is and why you need to not just pay attention to the center line of the storm and its forecast. But right now, you can kind of see that convection all the way back towards the west. Also, the shear line continuing to impact parts of Visayas. Look at some of these photos out of that area. Serious flooding taking place, and that's all because of that shear line and the influence of that northeasterly wind interacting with the tropics. Overall, the convection in this storm, as I mentioned, continuing to flare up as it moves off here towards the west. Now, that shear line also edging this further towards the south, and thus the latest forecast from Pagasa here, pulling this off here on that westward track, intensifying it to a tropical storm, then eventually to a severe tropical storm before coming on shore as a typhoon with winds possibly upwards of 150 kilometers per hour overnight Saturday, heading into Sunday morning right around Isabela. Current forecast, actually, according to Pagasa, takes it on shore just south of Casiguran. That means good news, it would be slamming into the Sierra Madre Mountains. Bad news is still wide range of impacts, still some uncertainty on exactly where this could go. But I think overall, we're definitely taking the threat of this moving towards the east of Luzon off of the table. This is just showing you the Pagasa tracks over the course of today, also edging it more so towards the west as models become more aligned. The ECMWF, which I'm going to show you here in just a second, here it is, also basically not only the westward member of the guidance at this time, in fact GFS now taking this onshore as well, so that slim chances of this now recurving towards north. Not impossible, but very slim at this time. Let's look at the guidance from the ECMWF, pulling this basically right over central Luzon and eventually turning off towards the north, running along the southern periphery of that high pressure area. So let's take a look at this as we go ahead through our Thursday and into Friday. Already going to continue to see the influence here by Friday afternoon into the evening for Legazpi over towards Samar and Leyte. Now, a few people have asked me, could this make landfall this far south? I think it is not impossible, but not likely. In fact, the higher chances for landfall at this time are going to be around Catanduanes, Legazpi, extending back towards the north here into Rizal, Isabela as well, where that current forecast actually does bring this onshore just south of Casiguran. Very similar track that we've seen here with Carding, and also the intensity of this storm system could develop much like what we've seen with Carding as well. The Philippine Sea effect is real, my friends. Sea surface temperatures are still high out across this area, so we have to watch this one for rapid intensification and the possibility with that. Based on the current forecast, though, signal force 3 and possibly signal force 4 very well likely, and everywhere here in the red, indicating that heavier rainfall, but also we have those higher winds that could wrap in around this as it passes north of the NCR and kicks off towards the west, crossing over towards Subic Bay and parts of Pangasinan. Now, like I mentioned, the forecast could change. This is one model outlook and definitely a variability as this comes off towards northwest. It really still depends on how this develops and strengthens. So I don't want you to think, okay, the track in the center line is not moving over my house. I'm not worried. I don't want you to be caught off guard. I know a lot of people were our last storm system that did something very similar. We're really kind of surprised when it intensified. It moved a little bit further towards the west than originally expected. Forecast does show at least landfall. All of Luzon does need to be ready. Heavy rainfall and flooding with signal force 4 possible in some of those areas where this is going to be coming on shore. All right, let's take a look at the forecast, at least for Friday. Out ahead of this, we still have showers with that shear line and the inflow over towards Tacloban, a high of 28, Cebu at 30, Legazpi at 31 degrees, Manila at 30 as well, with scattered showers there for you. Not as much rain back towards the north, but my friends here into the Cagayan Valley, for sure the rain is going to increase as we go ahead into our Saturday. All right, big thanks for everybody on Patreon who continues to support this channel. If you're not a member, that's okay. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to be a member, check out our link down below. We always appreciate the support. All right, that's all for today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know. My goal with these updates is not to scare anybody. Make sure that you are informed with some of the latest information on what's happening out here. As always, thanks for watching and stay safe.